Hello, my name is Dana Wolf, and I did an analysis on Service Engineering LLC. They are a contracted company that works for the City of Detroit Wastewater, and they work through Dean Maria. The last year, they have struggled financially and actually lost $129,303.33. Um, Unfortunately, because they are contracted through the City of Detroit, their customer base is a lot different than if they focused on, say, like residential heating and cooling. They only have about 4 different customers that they rely on to help pay their bills, their rent. You know, it's it's not your normal company. They don't deal with, say, like the public. They're dealing with the city, trying to get their work done. So, with that being said, um, this project that I did is an analysis and an evaluation of the strategic business decision, including external and internal analysis, a SWOT analysis, and recommendations, and also implementation. Um, I would have to say one of my first recommendations is to gain a partnership with Dan Wood or possibly like Tech Mechanical, who Tech Mechanical does other industrial work, but Dan Wood does not only heating and cooling, but they also do plumbing, which would help alleviate the off season, which happens around November, September, in there where your temperatures are pretty standard. They're anywhere from like 60 to 70. You don't really have a need for heating or cooling at that point. You could just open the windows. So being able to partner with a company where you have the plumbing, at least you have a steady income year round. With that being said, I have also thought of implementing possibly a heating and cooling class offered by Service Engineering, so that way hires, new employees or other people who are possibly trying to get into this industry come take this class, so that way they can better understand the heating and cooling business and all aspects of the technology and everything else that goes along with heating and cooling for the 21st century. Um, Also, with that being said, also, there's going to have to be paid instructors, and like you said, they like get a classroom. Um, my dad already has, the boss of service engineering, Donald Volk. He has his own building and stuff that he could actually run these classes out of. The guidelines would have to still be made. Somebody would have to come up with those. Um, there's a lot of work that would go behind making a class, but the idea of helping the turnover rate in the service industry for heating and cooling, I think would like greatly help the industry in general. Um, Also, the other thing that service engineering really needs to focus on is like reducing spending. Um, there are certain projects that might be taken on that might be held off for a better date or a later date, that could help make them profit more down the line. Um, See, what they do is they take on really big projects, industrial sized heating and cooling. So for them to take on a massive project when they're this far in debt, it literally could make or break the company. So in order for them to turn around, they really need to be cautious with their money and assets. Um, I I think that's, service engineering. It's great when you can hear about all the companies that are doing really well. Oh well, maybe if we came up with a new line of something, maybe our company could do better. But why would we try when we're already doing so well? I think it's better to hear, a struggle story. And after speaking with my dad, he's talked about possibly collapsing the business because the funds aren't there. And unfortunately, he's actually had to lay off all of his employees, and that's hard. That's not something you want to do as a boss, but unfortunately, it's what you have to do at sometimes. Um, an overall like SWOT analysis for service engineering. Some of their strengths would be like quality of work. They do great work on time, quick. They have a very respectable reputation. They work with big money projects. Um, they're quick operations and willing to go the extra mile to get the job done. Their weaknesses or financial status. There's a very small customer base, as I said. Let's see, here's a list. Dean Maria, Lakeshore Engineering, Detroit Wastewater, and Crozio Airport. Just a couple of their clients are, it's a lack of employees. It's hard to branch out in this industry, and it lacks competitors. Opportunities. Biggest opportunity would be to partner with a residential company to diversify the company. Adding in more technology, having that ability to, have sustainable energy renewal, anything that might be like green or, environmentally friendly is definitely an opportunity for the company right now. Some threats are other industries and similar residential companies, family heating and cooling. They've been around forever. And the ever-changing equipment and technology can be a threat as well if his employees are not up to date with the current technology. And I know that changes all the time. In my house alone, we have just updated everything. It's literally, so these boxes go on the wall and it regulates the heat through the whole house. So in one part of the house, it's cooler, and the other part it's warmer when we're not back here in the room. It's one of those things where either you keep up or it's going to be a bust in this industry. And I think service engineering has done a very fantastic job with technology. And again, I think this class could help lead service engineering in the right direction if they could implement it correctly. It could bring in major profits for the company. And it would still allow Don Volt, my dad, to run the company how he sees fit and not have to partner with anybody. But a partnership would almost be ideal because, like I said before, having that overlap of residential, commercial, and industrial heating and cooling, I don't think anybody would be able to touch that beast. Plus, like I said before, they do plumbing, the other company, Danwood, and there would be no off season. They would be able to work year round, steady income. There would be no negative numbers. Let's just see here. Some financial stuff. For January, scratch that. For January through December of 2011, service engineering actually profited $65,107.04. Just goes to show that they have done well. In the past, they not always are negative numbers, but unfortunately right now, say that, Detroit is in, it's not the ideal situation for a company. Strategically, they need to come up with something that will keep the company afloat, or, as my dad said before, collapse the company. Um, January through December of 2012, um, profited $150,734.03. I mean, you can't beat these numbers. I mean, it's it's a great profit. Service engineering just really needs to figure it out, or, as I said before, be very frugal with the money. Don't take on a project they know that they can't take on right now. So I think it would be a really good idea for them right now to I'll show you this. It's the top customers by sale. It's right here. So Di Maria is in, their top customers, and then Lakeshore Engineering, Lauren, Edger, Groseal Township, and Wayne County. And I think we really need to focus by Di Maria because they're bringing in the most money. So it might be a lot, better for service engineering to focus on their big fish. And again, where they go from here is hopefully only up. If not, it's going to be a bust, and service engineering would be done. So I think it's really time for them to implement my 3 strategies, which again, reduce spending, offer a class, and gain a partnership. If they can do those 3 things, I think they should be able to turn the company around. Thank you.